I'm STS-131 Mission Specialist Clay Anderson, and you're watching NASA TV.
Good morning, Discovery, and a special good morning to Clay.
Good morning, Houston. Stand by one. Houston, Discovery, good morning. I'd like to thank my wife, Susan, and my two kids, Cole and Sutton, and we're all looking forward to a great day in the realm of outer space.
Well, Clay, I'm sure they're glad to hear your voice and hear that you guys are looking forward to a great day. It is going to be a great day. Unfortunately, as you know, you have no messages on board and no mail sync. We do, however, have a nice long list of messages and deltas to today's plan for you. You can give us a call back when you guys are ready to copy all of that.
Okay, Dex will give you a call back when he's ready to do that. And by the way, hello, Megan.
Hello, Clay, and we have nothing big in the next little while, so take your time and just get woken up.
This is Mission Control Houston here at the Johnson Space Center, and you heard spacecraft communicator Megan MacArthur as she called up to the Space Shuttle Discovery and spoke with Mission Specialist Clayton Anderson. Anderson was awakened this morning along with the crew of Discovery to the song Find Us Faithful, performed by Steve Green. Anderson, as you may remember, spent 152 days as a member of the station's Expedition 15 crew in 2007. The crew of Discovery is now awake and ready to spend their first full day in space today, conducting the scans of the spacecraft and preparing spacesuits for use later in the mission. The two spacewalkers, Rick Mastracchio and Clayton Anderson, will be performing 3 spacewalks during this mission. Those two will spend part of their day making preparations for those spacewalks and getting their spacesuits ready for them. The first part of the day here at the mission control, flight controllers will be monitoring the activities on board Discovery, and that will include making sure that the thermal protection system is surveyed by the crew. The day will focus on using the robotic arm along with that orbiter boom sensor system. That's the extension that is used to take a look at Discovery's thermal protection system, look at all of the thermal tiles along with the reinforced carbon heat shielding that's on the shuttle's wings and the nose cap. Today, because Discovery's KU band communication system is not operating, that video will not be seen as it is being taken on board the Space Shuttle Discovery. Instead, the crew will record that video as per typical to record it, but the crew will record that video and then put that aside and download that once they arrive at the International Space Station and dock to the space station. Typically, that inspection video is simultaneously transmitted live to the ground and then recorded aboard the shuttle for later review. During this mission, of course, that video will not be live to the ground, but it will be recorded, and during the time that the video is being taken, captured. The crew will also be monitoring the monitors on board the station, on board the space shuttle, and making sure that they note any thing that they see as that video is being recorded. And then they'll make some timestamps of any areas of concern if they should see any, so that the flight controllers here in Mission Control can take a good look at that video during those specific times. One of the first activities for today's timeline will be taking out that remote manipulator system, and which is also known as the Canada arm. That's a 50-foot arm that is used by the space shuttle to remove payloads in the payload bay. It's also used for this checkout of the thermal protection system. That arm unbursts the orbiter boom sensor system. That orbiter boom sensor system is also a 50-foot arm, and it has cameras and lasers on the end that is used to provide very detailed observations of the thermal protection system. That's the reinforced carbon-carbon along with the tiles on the shuttle's nose cap. One of the first things that the crew will do is take a look at the starboard wing and do that survey. Then they'll take a look at the nose cap, and then after that they'll look at the port wing of the space shuttle, making sure that detailed imagery is captured for the flight controllers. Here will be Commander Alan Poindexter, pilot James Dutton, and mission specialist Dorothy Metcalf-Lindenberger, Stephanie Wilson, and Japanese astronaut Naoko Yamazaki. The first activity of the day will be when pilot James Dutton and Metcalf-Lindenberger do that remote manipulator system checkout, and then they will unberth the orbital boom sensor system. After that, the two will be joined by Stephanie Wilson, who will help them as they check out the starboard wing and make sure that his survey is complete before Metcalf-Lindenberger and Wilson and Yamazaki go on to the nose cap survey. Wrapping up the day's activities will be Poindexter, Dutton, and Yamazaki as they take a look at the port wing survey, port wing of the Space Shuttle Discovery, and completing that survey. Then the orbital boom sensor system will be berthed.
Crew on board this station has a fairly light duty day. Noguchi is currently scheduled to be doing a purge of the potable water dispenser on the galley inside the Destiny Laboratory, but aside from that, there's not just a whole lot of activity on their agenda. A couple of things that they will be doing is going through some emergency drills for the new members of the station's crew. Flight engineers Tracy Caldwell-Dyson, Alexander Skvortsov, and Mikhail Kornienko, who arrived just a couple of days ago to the International Space Station, bringing it back up to a complement of 6 for the first time in several months. In addition to that emergency drill, they'll also be going through some what's called crew orientation time, just a few hours a day set aside for them to get used to life on board the International Space Station.
Yes, Soichi, we think last week when you did 1022, it may have been temp stowed near the WDS in Node 3.
This is a view of the sequential still video that the crew is sending down to the team on the ground so that they can check the views that...
If we could get you to adjust the gain, the image looks just a little bit washed out to us.
Copy, we'll adjust the gain.
As I was saying, the team on the ground is using this view being sent down by Space Shuttle Discovery to ensure that the crew is getting the correct views for the experts here on the ground to use in their analysis of the shuttle's heat shield, making sure everything made it through launch in good condition. The shuttle's currently 203 miles above the South Pacific Ocean, northeast of Australia, and trailing the International Space Station by about 1,600 miles.
All right. Thanks a lot, Discovery. The view looks great. You may proceed.
Okay, copy. Go to proceed.
Here's that sequential still video view again, looking at the tail end of the shuttle's starboard wing.
Houston Discovery on 7-12 Bravo, Step Echo. How is the view?
Checking. Good view, Discovery. You may proceed.
Copy.
Once again, these views are coming down as sequential still videos, still images being refreshed every few seconds as the crew gets into their first section of their survey of Discovery's heat shield today. These are, of course, not the images that are going to be used to make sure that Discovery's heat shield is in good shape. This is just for the team on the ground to be able to verify that the crew has the orbiter boom sensor system pointed at the correct areas. It's going to give the experts here on the ground the best views of the shuttle's heat shield for when they do begin their analysis. They won't be able to begin it just yet. Normally this survey would be downlinked to the ground in real time for the imagery experts to begin their analysis. However, without the KU band antenna, the crew is going to wait until they arrive at the International Space Station to downlink that imagery down. Close-up view of the starboard wing leading edge of Discovery. Wing leading edges and nose caps are the focus of today's inspections because they experience the hottest temperatures when the shuttle drops back into the Earth's orbit, Earth's atmosphere for landing. Those temperatures get as high as 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Discovery starting recording.
Discovery, Houston copies.
And Houston Discovery on the bottom of page 7-14, we've stopped recording.
Roger, Discovery.
Continuing to see sequential still video photos sent down through the S-band antenna, helping the team here on the ground make up for the lack of the KU band antenna and allowing them to get a look over the crew's shoulder to make sure that the views that the crew is getting during their survey of the starboard wing leading edge are the views that are needed by the experts here on the ground as they're going to be analyzing.
Start recording again.
Copy, you want recording?
Affirmative.
As I was saying, being able to
We're recording.
get a look at these photos, even though the video is not available, just ensures that the experts here on the ground who are going to be analyzing the data when it is available through the International Space Station's KU band antenna. They're going to be getting exactly the images that they need to make sure that the shuttle's heat shield is in good condition.
Discovery Houston, Dottie, just to clarify my earlier calls, we were expecting you to stop the recording at the bottom of 7-15 after you went brakes on.
We copy, we understand, CJ. Houston, Discovery recordings off, moving to 7-18.
Thanks a lot, Discovery.
Houston, how do you like our view?
Checking. Discovery will take 1.5 crosshairs down.
Copy, 1.5 down. Houston, how do you like this view?
Checking. Discovery will take half a crosshair to the right.
Half to the right.
Thanks, Dottie. We appreciate your patience. It takes a minute for SSV to update down here.
We totally understand, CJ, and that's our half to the right. How do you like that view?
Checking. Discovery Houston, we see a good view. You may proceed. We're about a minute and a half from a 4-minute ZOE. We should have you locked up solid at about 1959.
Okay, we copy all, CJ. Thanks.
Graphic you see here depicts the movement of the space shuttle's robotic arm and the orbiter beam sensor system attached to the end of the arm. It's currently being driven by pilot Jim Dutton and mission specialist Dottie Metcalf-Lindenberger, and they're getting help from mission specialist Stephanie Wilson on making sure that the clearances are all good and nothing is going to come into contact with the space shuttle. Once the starboard wing survey is over, Dutton is going to take some time off for his lunch while Lindenberger and Wilson continue with the survey of the space shuttle's nose cap with help from mission specialist Naoko Yamazaki. And after the nose cap survey, Lindenberger and Wilson will get a chance to get some lunch while Dutton returns to work with Yamazaki and Commander Alan Poindexter on the final segment of the survey, the port wing leading edge survey.
Discovery Houston will take 1/2 crosshair to the right and 1/2 crosshair up.
One half crosshair to the right and 1/2 crosshair to up.
Good copy.
How do you like our view?
Checking. Discovery, the view looks good. You may proceed.
We copy. Thanks, CJ.
Houston Discovery on 2 for video capture.
Go ahead.
Yeah, from now on we'll give you a GMT. CJ, sorry about that. The ending time on the last tape, GMT, was 6:49.
Okay, we copy 6:49. Thanks a lot.
And also that we've indexed 3 very small items of interest. I don't think they're a big deal, but little discoloration. And those, we wrote down MET times. I'm assuming you got some smart guys on the ground that can do that conversion.
Affirmative, we'll take the MET times.
All right, stand by.
This is Mission Control Houston. The Space Shuttle Discovery crews getting into the nose cap section of today's inspection of the shuttle's heat shield. The nose cap section of the survey is the shortest segment of today's inspection of the heat shield. It should normally take less than an hour. Could be a little longer than usual today, as we're using the sequential still video that you're seeing here to verify from the ground that the crew is getting the correct data on the correct areas of the Space Shuttle's heat shield to be sent down for analysis later in the flight. Normally we would verify this with the KU band video that would be coming down.
Houston Discovery, we started recording.
Roger.
It's 0740 GMT.
Thanks a lot.
Mission Specialist Naoko Yamazaki and Stephanie Wilson and Donnie Metcalf-Lindenberger continuing with the survey of Discovery's nose cap. They're using the 50-foot orbiter boom sensor system to extend the reach of the shuttle's robotic arm, already 49 feet long, to get a close-up look at that area of the space shuttle. The areas that are targeted for the inspection today are the ones that experience the hottest temperatures when the shuttle drops back into the Earth's atmosphere for landing. Those temperatures get as high as 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Houston Discovery recording has stopped on page 7-32.
Roger.
So to make sure that the reinforced carbon protecting those areas will be able to do its job, the orbiter boom sensor system has a suite of cameras on its end that give the teams here on the ground a complete views of the shuttle's heat shield's health. The crew has the go-ahead to begin now the port segment of today's survey of the Discovery's heat shield. That'll be the last portion for the crew to work through, and then after that they'll be putting away the orbiter boom sensor system. This is Mission Control Houston. Commander Alan Poindexter, Pilot Jim Dutton, and Mission Specialist Naoko Yamazuki are continuing with their survey of the port wing leading edge heat shield.
Houston Discovery, we're complete, and the arm is back in pre-cradle.
We see the same. Nice job today.
Mission Specialist Dottie Metcalf-Lindenberger reporting they have completed the orbiter boom sensor system berthing now, and it's in permanent position in the sill of the payload bay. That concluding all of the robotic arm operations and the inspection activity that was planned for today.
Okay, Rocky, Dex said he's got nothing else for you, so for you and the Orbit 2 team, we just wanted to say thanks for all the great support you gave us today.
Copy that, and it was a pleasure for us as well to work with you. So tomorrow we'll have a great rendezvous day. Have a great night.
Concur. Good night.